It is their duty to know the nature of their country. And it is their duty to guide and govern it in ways that are suitable for the nature of that country. If you do not do that, you will find the country going to pieces in your hand. The architect is an artist who designs a house and does not take cognizance of the important factors in the circumstance. We build a house that will collapse. What type of soil do you have? What type of material is available? What type of workmen do you have? What type of technology do you have to get things together? If you do not put all of that together as an architect, you will put together a house that will collapse. And so my summary of the weakness, the failings, the disastrous failings of leadership in our country is that our leaders have never really asked themselves, what kind of country do we have? And how do we put it together to achieve success? The result is that we have gone from the very highest of our, and it is to be wondered how much more a country can take in mishandling that Nigeria has taken before it breaks up. So I have seen this country succeed a lot. In 1982, I was a young senator in the Nigerian Senate. I was also an academic, and as a result of the combination of the two, I was invited by the Republic of South Korea to give a lecture as part of the installation of their newly elected president in 1982. And I was to talk about the growing relationship between South Korea and Nigeria. And all I could say was of pride in my country. We were so far ahead of those people. All the rulers who were there in the hall in the Institute of International Relations and National Security as I delivered my lecture. And I was telling them, it is not only oil that we can sell to you, there is a lot we can teach you. For instance, we have built some of the best, most successful universities in the third world. We have built one of the most respected medical schools on earth. We have succeeded in developing our agricultural products and become one of the greatest producers in the world. Nigeria was the greatest producer of groundnuts in the world, the largest producer of palm oil in the world. It's the second largest producer of cocoa in the world. We have a lot to teach you. My country, Nigeria, has a lot to teach you. Today, South Korea is at least 1,000 years ahead of Nigeria. Nigerian leaders have succeeded in taking the wealth and the potentialities, the human material wealth and the potentialities of Nigeria, and produce one of the desperately poor countries on earth. That is what we have done as leaders of our country. And why have we come to this condition? It is because our leaders have never really asked themselves, what kind of country do we have? What are its capabilities and possibilities and potentialities? What are its weaknesses? How do we manage the weaknesses? How do we accentuate the strengths? We've never done that. People go into politics because, oh, it is a profitable thing to be in politics. It's also, it gives you ability, some chance to show yourself and become a prominent citizen and make money and become a great man. That's why our leaders go into politics these days. I have been a very close young worker with a man who was determined to find out the direction that Nigeria should go in a systematic, almost scientific way. I'm referring to Tifawolowo. When he came out of prison in 1967, and he was determined to go back into politics, a number of us young people decided to come together and surround him and give him our services. And he was working for the greatest of Nigeria in a systematic, I say, almost scientific manner. That's how to rule a country. That's how to govern a country. You have a country of many nationalities. These are not immigrants into Nigeria, recent immigrants. The Yoruba, the Igbo, the Hausa, the name it, the Tiv and so on, are thousands of years old on this soil. They are not small immigrant peoples. They are thousands of years old in this land. They have built systems that have sustained them for thousands of years. And then you put them together as a country, and you want to destroy all that they have built, all their sensitivities and their love of themselves and their pride in themselves, and constitute a country that is managed at the center by a dictatorial federal government, and you think it can work? It cannot work. It's impossible. It is impossible. If Nigeria doesn't speedily do what a lot of people, their voices may not be coherent. There might be people talking from this side and from that side and so on. But if Nigeria does not take steps as a first important prerequisite for Nigeria at all, not for development. I'm talking of the existence of Nigeria. If Nigeria does not take steps urgently to restructure itself and return to a federal system, the kind of federal system that we saw in the 1950s and up to 1965, Nigeria is very likely to break up. That's my assessment of the situation. I'm a historian. I also happen to have been in your politics, but I talk from what I know. And don't say that your country cannot break up. It can break up. Any country can break up. The Soviet Union had the most feared government on earth by the middle of the 19th century, of the past century. The Soviet Union had the most feared government on earth. In 1982, I was in the Soviet Union as a visitor, and they took me to various parts of that country. I was in Tashkent in Uzbekistan for a few days, and I saw that the people were scared of the Kremlin. That was 1982. Less than 10 years later, those people who were scared of the Kremlin were already an independent country, no longer part of the Soviet Union. Any country can break up, and we must make sure that this country does not break up. The first thing to do, that our leaders must do, is that they must sit down expeditiously and restructure this country. We have no business being what we are now. The United Nations says we are one of the poorest and most unequal countries on earth. Some young Nigerians wrote a paper and submitted to the United Nations in 2008. You know what they wrote in it? They said the international boundaries of Nigeria constitute a circle within which nothing can grow or prosper. Nigerian young men are writing that about their country. And why are they doing that? Because our leaders have made a mess. We may blame the army. You can say, oh, the military, they came and they concocted everything together and they destroyed all local initiatives and brought everything together and created. That's what they knew. That's what they knew. I am not one of those who keep blaming the military. I don't blame the military anymore. You don't ask from a people more than they can give. That's what they can give. They gave it. They thought it was good. We now know it is not good. We knew it was not good at the beginning, and we know it is not good. We civilian leaders ought, after we took over from the military, to have said, thank you, young men, or thank you, boys, thank you, our soldiers, you've done your best, but your best is not what is good for our country, so we now go back to what is good for our country. That's what leaders do. That's what leaders do. We have no business being poor. We are a rich country. We are one of the richest countries on earth. In material and human resources, we are one of the richest countries on earth. Our leaders have taken all the wealth, all the God-given wealth, and produced poverty from it. So the answer is clear. As far as Nigeria is concerned, if the leadership of Nigeria wants to regard themselves as leaders, we need to get together very, very quickly, restructure this country, and let each section of the country develop its own resources and produce wealth for its own people. If we continue to go as we are going, this country, how much more can the country take than we are taking? Nigerians are now killing one another. Nigerians are killing one another. And some section of the country is now saying, we must control everything, and so on and so forth. One fellow wrote a paper that was circulated in 2014. It's chilling reading. He said, we must control Nigeria. We must the British he said Allah through the British. I'm quoting him because I know the words by heart. It frightened me when I read it, so I had to memorize it. He said, Allah, through the British, gave us Nigeria in 1960 to rule and to do with as we please. And since 1960, we have been doing that, and we intend to continue. And if anybody tries to take that power from us, we shall kill, maim, destroy, and turn this country into the greatest refugee camp and bloodbath on the African continent. And the rest of you can grumble as much as you like. It doesn't change anything. That's 2014. That's the type of country we have come to. We don't have to come to that type of country. We can create a better country. And our leaders need to know that they are the artists painting the picture bad. They are the architects designing the house wrongly. They are the destroyers of our country. And they need to get together and get it done quickly. Thank you very much.